Hello, mixtresses and mixters. This is Mixtressrae. You're watching Mixtress Video. And as of me recording this, there are no full flip-throughs of UFO Tarot on YouTube. And as of this moment that you hear this, there will be two. Because Sylvain and I are doing a simultaneous release of our initial thoughts on UFO Tarot. We both found it's out of print, but you can find it usually sold by people in the Ukraine, because this is like a Ukrainian printing. So you don't get just, so you know. You're not going to get, this little booklet is just, is it a fold out? No, it's not a fold out, but it's not in the language that I understand, but that is okay. So I'm going to do an unfair comparisons between the other deck that I have that has aliens in it, which is Desert Illuminations. And here we are. Let's go. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any like amazing insights or anything, because I really haven't worked with this deck yet. Let's go like a section of cards at a time, shall we? And we'll just put this in the background for pretty. We'll just do the major arcana and then a suit at a time after that. That'll be fine, right? Hope y'all are doing okay. I gotta say, I have been struggling this week. Like, I think that's pretty normal though, just sort of the initial excitement of New Year stuff has waned, and now we're dealing with the actual minutia of daily life in 2022. But we're gonna get through it, guys. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna be okay. All right. I don't know how I'm doing this, but whatever. I'm wasting time setting up because, why not? Okay, so even though I am doing this as an unfair comparison, I am mostly going to be focusing on UFO Tarot, because this is my newest deck. So we do have a dog in the Fool. Oh, I didn't even show you the backs. In UFO Tarot, it's just kind of like very Star Warsy looking. I don't know. I feel like they could have gone simpler with the backings on this. I do like that this is kind of a traditional magician card, but not at the same time. Like, the elements are represented by like actual elements down here. Fire, water, some rocks, and a little tornado for air. And then instead of like a limnosket, you've got like a DNA strand. So I kind of like that. This UFO Tarot is like, it's surprising me, because it's not just, an RWS with aliens slapped onto it. It has echoes of that, but it's really kind of special, I think. This Empress is gorgeous. I kind of like this Emperor. It's interesting to me that he is kind of like a cave carving, right? Or a wall, something etched in stone, which evokes that sort of stability of the Emperor, right? makes him more eternal than imposing. And here we have a Hierophant that is in a spacesuit, presumably because they're on Earth to disseminate knowledge to these dumbass police officers or whatever. In this case, maybe the UFO is the angel. This vibe just sort of reminds me in general of, you know, like the beginning of Contact when Jodie Foster is just kind of like, I wish that this person had headphones on, that they were just like listening to the universe. Because that's the vibe that I feel like is the perfect hermit vibe for a UFO tarot. Not sure how this makes sense to me. And I can probably find the guidebook online. I mean, it's probably just like a sentence or two, knowing Los Scarabeo decks. But it would be nice to see what the guidebook has to say about that Wheel of Fortune card. So this Justice has a very like robot Godzilla vibe and is holding a world. Interesting. An abduction for the Hanged Man. Which does make sense, because if this is a new perspective and he doesn't really have the answers yet, because he hasn't seen the other world yet. The UFO stingrays of death are coming for you, whether you show them a cross or not. Sorry, dude. This one's interesting. Like, how is this temperance? Like, maybe this is temperance because this person has to do all kinds of sciencey calculations and I don't know. Not sure. The devil is the alien that's going to cut you open to study you. Sure, why not? So in this case, the tower is an alien invasion destroying the structures surrounding a rocket. They're not destroying the rocket itself, but destroying the means to set off the rocket. I feel like there's something there, but I don't know what it is. Star. This is interesting because it's like the reflection of this maybe supernatural, otherworldly event happening in the sky. She's looking at the reflection of it instead of what's actually happening. Moon landing, but what if aliens were there? Interesting. Love this moon card so much. This just reminds me of 90s art. I don't know. I got Desert Illuminations almost exactly a year ago. I think I ordered it like January 8th or something. Why do I remember that? but I think that was the day. Crop circle for the sun card. It's kind of cool. Similar vibes, only these people are choosing to go towards the alien ship, which is cool. This deck is just so much fun and great quality cardstock. All right, there's the major arcana. Let's get out the wands next. So in Desert Illuminations, the wands are chilies, and they are just represented by, I believe the wands are the little telescope. It's gotta be, because there's like a little telescope and then there's a lightsaber, and I'm pretty sure the lightsaber is swords. But since I have no guidebook to consult, I'm not entirely certain of that, but I think that that's the case. The aces are really beautiful in the UFO tarot and in Desert Illuminations, honestly. But the detail of the artwork is really pretty fucking amazing in UFO tarot. Interesting, because I do think of the threes as a portal, and in this case it's literally a doorway, and in this case she can't get beyond the portal of these aliens. It kind of also looks like the car from Contact. Am I making that up? Maybe. This looks more like this one's confusing to me. Like, how is this a 7 of Wands? I don't know. Looks more like a 7 of Pentacles, right? This is one of the only cards in Desert Illuminations that bothers me. First of all, I think that this imagery is kind of lazy. Second of all, there are 10 bunches of chilies here. I'm curious to see, because I think she's putting out like a different edition of this deck. Curious to see if she fixes this in future printings of this deck. The cat's scratching at the door. She's like, what are you doing? You're filming a video without me? There's a lot of just like abduction imagery in the UFO tarot, which makes sense, but like I'm not sure how many different ways I can read that, you know? Like, okay, it's another abduction. Like, I don't think that this tarot deck is going to be super easy to read with. Okay, so one thing that I find interesting is, instead of, you know, having symbols like we would normally see for like page, knight, queen, and king. Why am I having so much trouble lining this up? Oh my god. Watch me struggle. You just have like these little discs, which that's kind of cool. You know, this gives me sort of an arrival vibe, right? I think it's kind of cool. And it shows more of a progression of life, more of like ascending the ranks, other than just being like, you know, I don't know. It feels less rigid of a structure than just page knight, queen, king. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool too. It's an unfair comparison because you're always looking at one over the other, no matter what, even if you don't mean to. Now we have jugs for cups. And just, you know, this symbol for cups. And UFO tarot. It's like a dripping jellyfish UFO. Kind of beautiful. The aces are so beautiful in this deck. It's pretty cool too of cups, I think. Because they're like on either side of this waterfall element that they can control. It's almost like they're communicating with each other through the water. Maybe that's their language, which is pretty cool. Great Three of Cups too. Great Four of Cups. I like the cups a lot. And UFO tarot. Because it's like they're really ephemeral, like you can't see them very well. That sort of intangibility of the apathy of the Four of Cups. And this, like being like 5 sinkholes, sinkhole tornadoes, really gives you that sort of like pit in your stomach feeling, which is very Five of Cups, right? Six of Cups. Not sure exactly how to read this one. Seven of Cups. This almost like looks like some like stoner dude like explaining his idea of what aliens are. And he's not looking up to see what the actual situation is. Or maybe this is just a visual representation of the story that he's telling or something. I don't know. Does that make sense? Man, I'm going through this really fast, which is good for my upload. Might not take as long. I like that just numerologically, I always count. I like that there are 8 aliens, and they're very consistent with that in UFO tarot. However many, like there's 9 aliens here. Whatever their symbol is in the particular card to represent, there will be the right number of items. 8 of Cups is like they're the ones leaving, or this guy's leaving them behind. They're the cups, I guess. Interesting. 9 of Cups, like if you think about it in the sort of traditional 9 of Cups process of, you know, wish granted kind of card. How is this wish granted? It's a wish granted for the aliens, I guess, because they're going to finally get the answers that they need about humanity, perhaps. The little girl's waving goodbye. They're waving goodbye to the aliens. Everything was peaceful. Great first contact. Yeah, I like that. Ah, look how pretty this is. Page of Cups. Queen of Cups is like almost like they're made of water, but it's really the throne that's made of water. But how cool is that? Nice. Swords next, which are daggers in the Desert Illuminations. And just this little lightsaber looking thing. UFO Tarot. Ooh. I'm losing my whole aesthetic process here. I'm trying to remember when it was made to tell you guys. Is it 2010? I don't think it actually says. Or if it does, I just can't read it. So I don't know. I think it was like 2010, 2007, somewhere in that arena. Actually, you know what? I can look that up right now. I can do it. Try not to bump into the tripod as I reach for my iPad, because I have like a note app in my phone where I keep track of all my tarot decks and what year they came out, because I'm always wondering about that. So I like to keep track of that information. 2007. Okay. Yes. Okay. I usually like to, I've been storing my decks in chronological order of when they came out, but I just rearranged them today in chronological order when I got them. It's more biographical order. Interesting. A lot of the imagery feels kind of repeated in UFO Tarot. I mean, it's not literally, but it's very similar themes. Which I guess makes sense because it's like, you know, how much different imagery can you have with, you know, you're going to want to have a UFO or an alien in every single card. So this is interesting. Like, is this alien telling the truth about their lives to this human? This is very similar to the Lover's card, which is an interesting choice. And I know we haven't seen a single alien yet in Desert Illuminations, but they're all in the Pentacles, so that's why we haven't seen them yet. Because you might be thinking, if you've never seen this deck before, like, why is she comparing these two? I usually have somewhat of a method to my madness. Knight of Swords. King is very like big brain mastermind, scientist or something. I don't know. And then we have the Pentacles / cactus suit in Desert Illuminations. So this UFO is rooted in the earth and maybe has been there for a while, or maybe it's crashing right now. Is this a cloud? Maybe that's a cloud, yeah. So we got a UFO. I'm curious to see, like, is there a UFO in every single cactus card? This is pretty cool. Because I just finished reading Project Hail Mary, which is about an alien that kind of looks like a bug. This is not what that alien looks like in the book, but this still gives me those vibes. That book was so good. Oh my god, I loved it. So is it a certain kind of alien that we're seeing? That is interesting. Okay, hold on, because these look like the same bug type aliens. This is a bug type alien. So maybe the entire suit, yeah, is a certain kind of alien. So are we seeing that same thing in the other suits? A certain kind of alien? Yeah, because they're all these like bulbous headed ones in these swords. Okay, hold on. Making this realization in real time. And then the water aliens are these oblong headed ones. Okay. All right. It took me till I got to the pentacles to realize what was going on there. And then, okay, what do the wand aliens look like? The wand aliens are these, you know, yellow fire creatures with little flame heads. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. And then in the majors, are there a certain type of alien in the majors? Or they're just kind of a little less specific, maybe. Okay, cool. Wow, I'm slow. All right. That's all right. This is one of my favorite Five of Pentacles because, you know, you're in this desert wasteland and the hope is actually the UFOs in the distance. Because you see here, in my mind, it's, you know, this person came out of one of these UFOs and is now offering resources to the humans. What is he doing? Is he burying a UFO or uncovering it? It gives me more like Seven of Swords vibes as far as mentality, because it's not like he's gardening, but I guess maybe he's assessing what he wants to do with the information. She's learning how to communicate, how to decipher the symbols on the UFOs. All right, okay. Okay, there's not a UFO in this card. This is the first pentacle / cactus card that doesn't have a UFO. I mean, it still has an alien, but every other card so far has had one. Okay, so are there 9 birds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, although there is kind of a 10th bird right here that isn't as easy to see, but it's there. Similar vibes, right? I like that this one like the family represented here is just 2 humans and 2 dogs. That's kind of my family situation, besides also 2 cats. Page. Knight. Love that this one's riding a cow. The colors in this deck. The colors and sort of like the whimsy of this deck. So cute. All right, well, there you have it. That is UFO Tarot versus Desert Illuminations. What do you guys think? I think I would like to shuffle, because I actually, no, I have. Okay, I was gonna say I haven't shuffled this deck yet. I have shuffled this deck, but I haven't done, and I don't always do like a deck interview situation, but I think I will, because I want to be cool like Sylvie. I'll do both questions, who am I and who are you, with this. I haven't decided how I'm going to edge this deck yet. I mean, the way that my logic would normally go is I would edge it, and because it has borders on the front and back, and I would just edge it in that same color. But I don't really like blue that much, just in general, unless it's teal. So I'm not sure I'd want to do that. So I don't know. I might just not edge this one, but that seems weird. Ooh, maybe I could edge it in like this purple color that's on the back. Or maybe I could edge it in alien green. That would totally clash with this deck. Because this deck is not a whimsical alien deck. This is a mature alien deck, I think. Okay, so the questions are going to be, who are you? And who am I when I'm using this deck? That's kind of the idea behind that. Okay, so I'll pick 2 different piles. This is the who are you pile. That was who am I, right? Or who are you? I forgot which one I was doing. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I think it'll be evident to me once I... Okay. One is Page of Swords, and one is 6 of Pentacles. I think I am the 6 of Pentacles in this, or 6 of... I am the Page of Swords in this deck. And the deck is the 6 of Pentacles. So the deck has something to teach me, something to bring to me, but it's going to be kind of an equal exchange. Like, I have to bring as much energy to this deck as it will give me back, which is why I'm kind of confused as to which is which here, because they're interchangeable. And it's going to be a deck that I have to think about, and I have to write about. I have to be present for. It's not just going to be an easy ass deck to use. Okay, well, there you go. First 2 full flip throughs of UFO Tarot, me and Sylvain. Unless somebody puts one out before we get ours up. Because currently I have had this deck, even though Sylvain and I ordered this deck on the same day from the same place, since he lives in Canada, I live in the United States. I got mine. It's been almost a week since I got mine, and as of the recording of this, he still hasn't gotten his. But we are going to time it so that you will see these two videos at the same time. So anyway, thank you for watching. Live long and prosper.